Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Joanna. Thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for visiting. I hope you stay here. This is going to be these are going to be your readings for the month of March. I won't make a long introduction other than lots of exciting changes. Most of the signs have some pretty substantial changes leading to good things. So it's a lot of excitement. I felt a lot of excitement, energy when I was doing most of the signs. So there is very much a lot of new beginnings that I felt are happening. And all of us are going through challenges, minor and major, and it has to do with the energies we are attracting, we are being surrounded by. So it's a lot of interesting things going on. For those of you who want a longer prediction, I have the 6-month videos, and that information is down below, and also exclusive relationship videos or messages for the entire 2018. That information is down below too. I talk about general these are general readings, so I do touch on various aspects, but they don't exclusively focus in on relationships. And with that said, thank you so much for liking, sharing, for making appointments with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate this more than you will ever know. And of course, if that is what you wish, that information is down below for you. Thank you again so much. I wish you best of luck in the month of March. Lots of success, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And now, without further ado, let's get started. Hello, beautiful Virgos. This is going to be a reading for the month of March 2018. General reading, so please keep that in mind. Let me go through some channel information. Let's see what we have. I see somebody making lists. I see someone writing on a whiteboard. This is something... okay, I just heard the word circumstantial evidence. I have no idea what that is. For some of you, if this is a legal case, you are writing down circumstantial evidence. So that's very specific, maybe just for one of you. For others of you, this is making a plan regarding a project, a plan regarding a direction, a plan about how to go about doing things. There is a sense of completion. You do have the wonderful Tower as one of your energies, and don't freak out, that's a great thing. But it's all about comfort zones, about stability, financial and otherwise, and about safety and security. The number 4 is very prominent around you, which is actually comes up in few of the cards here. But the number 4 is all about foundations, stability, structure, security. And I feel many of you either are in a process of restructuring, changing, shifting, or will be in the process by coming to the realization that things need to change. There's nothing bad about this. It's actually a very good thing, because we're all in a process of expansion, and with expansion come new beginnings and a whole bunch of choices. The idea of crossroads has been shown to me, and I feel like I've said the crossroads in many of the readings, so if you can check your other signs, maybe the crossroads will come up with you as well. I'm just going to turn down the music. But the point I'm trying to make here is that just like a lot of us, a lot of the other signs, many of you seem to be sitting at a juncture of your life and trying to decide what to do with it. The number 7 is shown to me, so perhaps there is a connection to July. I don't think that's your birthday. 7 is also a very spiritual number. Actually, I see 7s all the time lately, so that's interesting. And 7 is also mastering an emotional component within yourself, and almost all the signs are going through this. So there's nothing, that is nothing new. The card that represents your theme, we have the Tower. So this is transition. This is the proverbial shaking of your environment in order to get rid of things that have accumulated but are no longer serving you. This is about destruction of the foundation that is rooted in lack, destruction of, when I say the word destruction, that's with in quotation marks. It's about changing the way you think and the way you feel, and changing how you do things going forward. It's almost like For those of you who this pertains to, like you are going through a total makeover, a total changeover. And that's really what the Tower is. So the energy of the Tower is supporting you in a way that will allow you, yes, it'll be challenging, but it will allow you, or it'll bring challenges, but it will allow you to firm up your plans and make choices and decisions that allow you to move forward with a lot more strength and a lot more stability. Stability is what I feel is very important here. When I ask for more information, I get 7 of coins. So for some of you, this is a total changeover regarding finances, regarding work, and for some of it's regarding a long-standing relationship. So to me, 7 of coins is something that it's an energy that represents having invested in something and waiting for the results. And for some of you, you have invested a lot in something that is that was stable at some point, something that was a big part of your structure, a big part of your life, and there seems to be some changes around this. The word marriage comes up, the word business alliances comes up, the word completion comes up. So definitely a bit of change, or at least the energy of change, seems like it's sweeping through you. But again, there's nothing bad about this. When I ask about what you are leaving behind or what you need to leave behind, you have the Page of Wands in reverse. I actually heard the word stagnation, and I heard the words financial insecurity. So you have the Page of Wands in reverse, you have the King of Coins, yes, King of Coins upright, and you have 2 of Coins, which is choices, decisions, balancing things out, prioritizing. So that's, again, structures and foundations. So why is this being shown when asked, what are you leaving behind? So for some of you, what you need to leave behind is a choice or decision or indecision around a career. There seems to be a substantial number of you that will be going through career changes via resignation. So for many of you, you will be letting go of certain careers or certain jobs. Page of Wands in reverse shows that there was a lack of energetic, I want to say lack of movement, lack of passion, lack of creativity, blocked creativity. So you are leaving that behind. For some of you, you might be leaving behind a young person who is very fiery, also immature, but has some anger issues. That's how I see this card. I also feel the word child. So for some of you, might be leaving some things from your childhood or things pertaining to your child. The King of Coins is a very practical man. This is, I want to say, this is a boss. So, and there's decisions around it. So you have either left someone who represents someone like King of Coins. This could be male or female. Someone who's very practical. Someone who is, I want to say, has their own business, is very career oriented. So this could have been your boss, or this could have been a partner of yours, and this could be male or female. And there were some decisions around this. Or the other thing is, you need to make some decisions around lack of consistency in your career or in your environment. So that is what's leaving you, or that's what you need to leave behind. What is in front of you is very interesting, because you have the Four of Wands. This is all about stability. I want to see the word marriage, or I want to say the word marriage. I want to say the word alliances. What it's showing me here is that as a result of the Tower energy, there will be other doors that will appear to you or will be opening to you. You also have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands? Wands, yes, Knight of Wands. And he's coming in reverse. So definitely feels like there was lack of action at some point, or lack of movement towards career. But even though it's being shown to me this way, I feel that there is going to be a movement toward a brand new door opening. And this is just the way it's being shown to me. What I also see here is that as a result, you will have to it's not that you will have to, you will have some triggers that you will need to deal with, and those are predominantly triggers around your fears. So if you are going through a change of a job, a change of a career, change of a fundamental relationship in your life, a change in your home structure, relationship, it's going to trigger some inner feelings in you that you haven't dealt with for a very long time, and the word trust is coming up. Now, on the other hand, when we go through a tower and the environment around us is changing very quickly, that can trigger some stuff, most definitely, particularly when it comes to sense of security, and that's whether it's emotional security or financial security or health security. It makes no difference. So this is what I'm being shown. I want to tap into a little bit to this is the moon. What you can't see can hurt you. So this is about a time where certain aspects of you will be highlighted. These are highlighted, these are aspects around your insecurity. And for some of you, you're supposed to come out of hiding already. And this message can be interpreted in various different ways. But some of the things that are coming up is, stop trying to be yourself, just be yourself. If you have been hiding behind somebody else, like this person, and they were your foundation or your stability, it's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet. So when that comes up, of course the trust will feel a little bit wonky, because if you're not used to being on your own 2 feet, and if you're not used to making concrete decisions for yourself, that may definitely trigger some challenges within you. But what I want to stress here is that there is, I want to say there's a happy ending to all of this. So it feels to me that whatever the tower is affecting, whether it is a minor aspect in your life or a major aspect in your life, know that it leads you to stronger, better, and firmer foundations. And it's also moving you from status quo. Now, I could be talking about anything. So this will obviously depend on what situations you're going through, and each one of you will understand this differently. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is the card of justice. There's a fair resolution to this. There's a fair, equal opportunity with this. For some of you, I feel like you are dealing with a legal matter, a lawsuit, some sort of a legal situation, and there's a fair outcome. For some of you, this is about bringing things back to balance, or things balancing themselves out in your life. So this is a major arcana. You've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana. So, you know, you've got some stuff going on here. Major arcanas are all about inner and then outer, but they are quite substantial. So this is what I want to show you as the end result, if you would. There is a sense of balance. There's a sense of fairness. There's a sense of equality, is what I really want to say. When I ask what it is that you need to focus on, very interesting. You have milk and honey in reverse. And what this is referring to is this. For those of you who have a tendency to reach for things that are not good for you in order to cope with a difficult situation, you are being urged to take care of yourself at this time. This is very much about you. This is very much about growth, and this is very much about, for many of you, starting fresh, starting new, and new beginnings. And particularly for those of you who are anxious and have challenges with trust, you might be prone to reaching for some things that are not healthy for you. Drugs, sex, rock and roll, and everything in between that keeps you from dealing with a situation. So that's one thing. The other thing that I'm being shown here is workaholism is also an addiction. So just be mindful of things that you might want to do or partake in that at the end of the day don't serve you. So this message is about extreme self-care, particularly when you're going through a tower moment. It can get a little bit wonky. The next card you have is, it is called regeneration, but it is shown to me in reverse. So what this is saying here, the message here is focus on what is in front of you. There is no point in looking back. This is also about second chances. This is also about, well, rebirth. Let the old things fall away, or let things that no longer serve you, let us take this away from you. So us is the universe is what I'm saying. When the tower shows up, it is usually not a very welcome energy. Usually, not always, but usually. But with the tower energy, a lot of completions can be possible. Why? Because sometimes not through our own actions, but through the universe actions, we close doors on things that are no longer functional or fruitful in our lives. And we often have a tendency to hold on to these things because they represent our norm, particularly when we've done things for a very long time. If you have committed yourself to a relationship that fundamentally isn't working, well, at this time, with these energies that we are experiencing, you are definitely going to be prompted to look at the situation closer or further. For those of you who have committed yourself to jobs and careers that are no longer satisfactory, with these energies around us, you will be able to start fresh and start new, but certain choices and decisions will have to be made as a result of the process. I'm being drawn to the Judgment card. Sorry, the Justice card. This is about fairness. This is about the word yes with this. This is about showing that what you're heading towards is balance, not lack, but opportunities. And if that comes through some uncomfortable periods and uncomfortable situations in our life, so be it. Learning happens because we look at our fears and we have the opportunity to deal with them so they don't hinder us going forward. But I also want to stress this. The Four of Wands, it is a career card, but it's also a family. It's a marriage card. It's a, sorry, not marriage. This is solidifying. Yeah, marriage card, I think. Solidifying a union. It's about foundations, about strong foundations. So if you have had a weak foundation in any aspect of your life, be prepared for a slight wind to come through and show you the cracks in your foundation, all for the purpose of strengthening your foundation, whether it's existing one or building a new one. It'll be different things for different people. Letting things go that are no longer useful is a mantra that would be good for you to repeat to yourself often. That's the message. What no longer serves me, I don't need it in my life, or however you want to say it. And like I said, the word attachments and detachments is coming in with this. And it feels like many of you will be pulling away from some things that are difficult to pull away from. If they're not meant to be in your life, they are going to be discarded and something else will be put in front of you as a result of you detaching emotionally or physically or both, or all the other ways. And the universe will present you with something new, opportunities. Expansion, new beginnings, and firm foundations. And this is beginning. So in March, I feel you will see the beginnings of your structure starting to shift and starting to change through various circumstances. Some of you are learning to open your heart, learning how to love, learning how to express. And when that happens, it's not that it's scary, it's uncomfortable, especially if we have not been open before. Let go of stagnation. What does that mean? Think for yourself, allow others to give you feedback, but don't depend on others to make choices and decisions for you. And that's how I want to leave it. Okay? I hope this made sense. Makes no sense to me, but I always say that. Listen to this at the end of the month, because at the beginning of the month it will probably make no sense to you. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing. This means more to me than you will ever know. And of course, if you want to know how this affects you in your personal life for private sessions, that information is down below. Thank you again so much. Have yourself a wonderful month of March, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.